Hey everyone, Duke here, and today we're going over this week's Grandmaster Nightfall, the Corrupted. We're going over the three most challenging parts of the Corrupted Strike: the Elevator, the Ogre Room, and the Boss Room. To start, note that this strike has Arc Threat along with Unstoppable and Overload champions. The Surge may change based on the week you're running it, so make sure to check what the current surges are and take advantage of the extra 25% damage increase. Now let's talk about the strike itself. Starting with the elevator, I like to have two people holding charged balls before activating the start of the room. That third person will then be the one that activates the room. The first set of adds that come in here will be unshielded, so you can use your grenades and weapons to easily clear them out. And do note that you can drop the ball if needed to help clear out adds until the shielded enemies come in on the second wave. As just mentioned, the second set that comes in will have the immunity shields, so this is going to be where you want to use those two charged balls to break all of the shields. Work on killing all the enemies, leaving one alive in order to be able to repeat this process for the second set of two spawns. When you're leaving that one enemy alive, have one person bait that enemy around the room while you get two more charged balls ready, and then kill that last enemy once you're ready. Once again, the first set of spawns will be unshielded, so use your grenade or again your weapons and you can drop your ball if needed. Just make sure to not use the ball until the second wave comes in. When that second wave does come in, again, throw the ball to break the shields and defeat all remaining enemies. This strategy is simple but extremely effective, as this elevator room can go extremely south quickly if not prepared, or can go extremely quickly and cleanly with a solid strategy and some focus. Next we have the Ogre Room. This room will have you going back and forth between dimensions until one of the bosses has been defeated. This strategy that we employ is to take out the ogre in the main first dimension first, as quickly as possible, so that you stop getting teleported back and forth consistently. This will also despawn all enemies in this main room once the boss has been defeated. When you first come up the stairs into this main room, look for the single unstoppable spawn, which will either be in the far back left or back right of the room, and melt it with your heavy and the div, and make sure you stun it first, of course. If you can, try to also take the boss down before the teleport happens. If you're able to, awesome. If you're not quite able to, just fall back to the stairs and wait to get re-teleported back to this main light room to finish off the boss before doing anything else. Once you've killed the boss in the main, more lit up room, go to the room on the right side, as this is where you're going to want to set up to protect you from the dark room boss as well as the shriekers. At this point, you will not get teleported anymore as long as you've killed that first boss, and all adds in the light room will be despawned after you've finished the dark room. All of the adds you need to deal with in the dark room will be coming up the single staircase in front of you, which makes them reasonably easy to deal with. Do note that there will be a mix of solar shields, void shields, as well as two unstoppable champions. Once all these adds and two champions are defeated, take down the dark room boss. Do note that these shriekers will still be here throughout this entire room, so make sure to not just go out in the open or anything, but as long as you stay in this right side room, there's very few spots that the shriekers have an angle on with how much cover is there. After killing this boss, make sure you make your way quickly to the portal in the back. You can either just move quickly to it, or have a hunter use a smoke grenade to give you invisibility past the shriekers if you want to be extra careful. Once you run through this portal, turn around to give yourself some space from the two unstoppables in the next section, as the whole light room will now have no adds, so you can use that whole room as space and cover from the champions and the next section of the strike. Finally, we have the boss room. Your home base will be the platform right before the three main islands, or in other words, the island that you reach first before starting the encounter. To start, have one player jump forward to spawn the adds, and then jump back to help kill this first set of adds. Next, have someone go to grab the ball and throw it to one of the two players still on the first island to charge it. Have them hold the ball until everyone's back on this home base island. Once everyone is back on this island, break her shield. At this point, more adds are going to spawn and jump into the middle island, and you can proceed to take them all down. Once they've been defeated, run across to the far side of the middle island, and Sedia should follow you across. Here, you'll be able to do damage to her. Note that she will teleport directly behind you after a little bit of damage, so make sure to keep shooting her until her shield comes back and she becomes immune. When you do see her go immune, immediately run back to the first original island you were on and take down all the adds that just spawned. Keep in mind that Sedia will be to your left side now and can potentially snipe you, so try to keep cover between you and her as much as possible. Once all of these adds are defeated, you can move back forward to grab the ball again and break her shield again. If you already got her to half HP the first time, the portal will open to the second half of the fight, so be ready to go right through. If not, you will have to do a bit of damage to her first and then proceed through the portal. Making your way to the final boss platform is pretty straightforward. Just take down the few enemies and make sure to avoid the flying rocks. At the final boss platform, I'd recommend focusing on the few enemies that spawn in before anything, because even though it's just a few weaker enemies, they can split into more and if completely ignored will take you down. Once the adds are down, grab the ball, throw it to someone to charge it, and then use it to break Sedia's shield. Do a little bit more damage, and once she goes immune for the final time, one final set of adds with a few taken captains will spawn in. Taking these captains down quickly will allow for you to safely grab the final ball, and then charge it with nothing left to do but kill Sedia. I hope this guide to the Corrupted GM was helpful, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.